I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy. Cruising is the best way to holiday. Not only does someone else do the driving, the cooking, and the cleaning, but you get to see exotic parts of the world that you might otherwise never get a chance to see. To help you get the most out of your cruise though, I've created a list of the top 5 things that you need to do. When you arrive at the terminal, you'll hand over any large suitcases to the porters and they'll be delivered to your stateroom later that day. In the meantime though, you might want to get changed into something more comfortable or even have access to certain toiletries and medications. For that reason, having a carry-on bag is an essential for any cruise. Not only that, but maybe you have kids and they want to jump into that pool, or you might want to as well. Having your swimmers packed in that bag means that you can get straight into the pool on boarding day and get the party started. At the end of any cruise, if you want to avoid carrying off your own suitcase, you'll need to pack it and leave it outside of your stateroom door on the last night of the voyage. Having a carry-on bag means that you can hang on to a fresh change of clothes for the morning, plus pack any last-minute bits and pieces like phone chargers and toiletries. If you're watching this video, then obviously you enjoy doing some level of research, but actually investigating and knowing what you can and can't bring onto a cruise can really pay off. Some cruise lines allow you to bring wine and champagne with you that you can enjoy in your cabin at no charge or in a public venue for a flat rate corkage fee. Others will allow you to bring on your favorite soft drink or soda, while some other cruise lines will say no to any kind of beverage. All of this information is located on each respective cruise line's website, and I highly recommend you have a read so you know exactly where you stand. If your cruise is visiting some distant ports and countries, you should spend some time researching those destinations before you get there. Although cruising is hands down one of the safest ways to explore the world, and cruise lines will provide you with most of the information you'll need, you still will want to have some awareness of any local laws and customs before traveling. While booking a tour through a cruise line is the safest option, as they guarantee your return to ship, some private operators have similar guarantees and will often be a lot cheaper than booking a cruise line shore excursion. For less exotic destinations, I recommend investigating private tours, and there's a few websites where you can easily do this, including Expedia and Viator. Personally, I prefer to book a cruise line tour if I'm unfamiliar with a port or country, but in certain places where I'm confident, I'll usually organize a private excursion. These can often be more engaging, more personal, and less expensive. Just make sure you give yourself enough buffer time at the end of the day to get to the ship before it departs. On the topic of ports, when a ship visits a particular port or city, it will either dock alongside a wharf or anchor at sea and then ferry its passengers to shore using its tenders. If you've made private tour arrangements or are exploring on your own, once your entire group is ready to depart the ship, you'll have to obtain a ticket from a central location on board and wait for that ticket number to be called to the gangway. On larger ships with higher passenger capacities like Majestic Princess or Ovation of the Seas, tender queues can sometimes in extreme cases stretch for hours. It's usually worse during peak times such as first thing in the morning. A quick and easy way to avoid this, although at a financial cost, is to book a cruise line shore excursion. You'll meet on board separately and then be escorted to a waiting tender and then taken ashore. Once your tour is over, you can stay on land and continue to explore before making your way back to the ship. It's hard to know what your experience will be like on any one cruise, but I do recommend taking this into consideration, especially if you want to make the most out of your time in a tender port. The last piece of advice that I give everyone that goes on a cruise is to go with the flow. Clearly, people like us are planners, and we do try and account for every eventuality and think about every little detail, but sometimes you just need to let go. The beauty of a cruise is that your hotel comes with you, the details for the most part are taken care of, and your only job is to really unwind and enjoy yourself. A little pre-cruise planning and research can go a long way in helping you achieve a state of relaxation once you've boarded your ship. I know there are plenty of other things that people do to prepare for a cruise and really get the most out of it, so feel free to share your suggestions below. If you're looking to book a cruise, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguide.com.au, and if you want to keep up with all of my travels, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at The Cruise and Travel Guide. I'm also putting out expressions of interest for my second round of group cruises for late 2024, and I've popped a link in the description below where you can complete a registration form. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon. Someone else does the driving, the cooking, the cleaning, and you get to see parts and parts of the world. Any last minute bits and pieces like phone chargers and toiletries, plus have a fresh... Having a carry-on bag means that you can hang on to a change... These can often be more engaging, less personal...